Welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Cassingham, and today we're going to go over week 20 of our numbers for our portfolio. This is as of today, December 7th, 2024. So let's get into the numbers. So our current portfolio's net worth is $294.29. And that's as of today, December 7th on Saturday. We have our portfolio weekly data for week 20. This is from December 2nd, 2024 to December 7th, 2024. We have no net cash flow, so no cash deposit this week. We have a money weighted return of down 0.15%, so a loss of 0.15% for a money weighted return. We have a market gain of 77 cents and no dividend earned. So this is our weekly data for week 20. Our monthly data, this is from November 7th, 2024 to December 7th, 2024. We do have a net cash flow of $30.64. That's this large spike up you see right here on November 27th. That's our $30 cash deposit into our account, which gets distributed based on the weightings. We have a money weighted return of positive 2.21%. So we have a market gain of $3.86 over that month and no dividend earned for that month. So this is our monthly data for week 20. Then we have our quarterly data for week 20. This is from September 9th, 2024 to December 7th, 2024. And over that time period, we have a net cash flow of $120.82. So that's going to be 4 cash deposits over a 3-month period, so every 3 weeks. So you see the large spike up here, that's 1. Another one here, that's 2. Another one here, that's 3. And another one here, that's 4. So $120 cash deposited over a 3-month period from September 9th to December 7th. And then it gets distributed based on our weighting. So our money weighted rate of return over that 3-month period is 6.87%. We have a market gain over the time of $13.18. And we have a dividend earned of 35 cents. So this is our quarterly data for week 20. Now we have our percentages for week 20. This is our over 1 week period. So this is just last week. You see our target weighting for our assets. We have gold at 30% with our GLD ETF. We have dollars at 20% with our UUP ETF. We have bonds at 15% with our GOVT ETF. We have commodities at 15% with our USCI ETF. We have stocks at 15% with our RSP ETF. And we have Bitcoin at 5% with our IBIT ETF. So those are our current target weightings. Now for performance for the past week, gold is down 1.07% for a market loss of 95 cents. UUP, our dollar, is up 0.26% for a market gain of 15 cents. Our bonds are up 0.14% for a market gain of 6 cents. Our commodities are up 0.34% for a market gain of 15 cents. Our stocks are down 1.29% for a loss of 57 cents. And Bitcoin is up 4.7% for a market gain of 71 cents. So this is our weekly return. Our monthly for the past month. Gold down 1.14% for a loss of 94 cents. Dollar up 0.90% for a gain of 45 cents. Bonds up 1.45% for a gain of 65 cents. Commodities up 3.34% for a gain of $1.34. Stocks up 1.04% for a gain of 42 cents. And Bitcoin up 34.24% for a market gain of $4.03. Man, you take a drink. Bitcoin is still coming off some fresh highs. A lot of that was the post election pump, you could say. still around 100,000, I think, at the moment. I don't know exactly where we're at, but somewhere around there. So this is our quarterly, so this is now over 3 months. Gold up 3.31% over the 3 months for a gain of $2.13. Dollar up 5.53% for a gain of 1.97%. So that's pretty good for dollar. Bonds down 2.32% for a loss of $1.15. Bonds have been just not good overall. Commodities up 8.58% for a gain of $2.51. That's our inflation right there. Stocks up 6.53% for a market gain of $1.82. Bitcoin up 91.57%, almost 100%, for a gain of $7.48. So big move for Bitcoin. Big move for Bitcoin. We have no transactions this week, so we won't see any change in that. Now for our Illuvium staking. So as of filming today, we're at $67.66. So we've definitely been coming up. We have 4.97 IOV staked in our protocols, which we want to get revenue distribution from. And that currently has a market value of $336.07. So you see now our Illuvium staking total value is higher than our investment portfolio total value. So the token price has been coming up. We've had 2 revenue distribution payments so far, which have given us 0.012 IOV for a market value of 82 cents. And as of current, we do not have any new revenue distributions. Fingers crossed, by the end of the year, we get one more. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we keep getting them. I'm sure some of the revenue payments were off the hype of the game coming out for public beta, but hopefully it can keep going. We have our vesting. So this is our tokens that we have staked for revenue distribution. So we have our 5 different stakes. We had one on July 7th, 2024, which unlocks in 232 days. We had our second one on August 24th, 2024, which unlocks in 259 days. We've had our lockup on September 25th, 2024, which unlocks in 292 days. We had our lockup on October 25th, 2024, which unlocks in 322 days. And our most recent one was November 25th, 2024, which unlocks in 353 days. So this is all of our tokens. Again, our total value is 4.97. So all this right here added up is 4.97 ILV. And we've only had 2 revenue payments so far. This is our passive income. This is the ROI of this channel, the return on investment. So you have the main portfolio, the M1 here. So this thing right here is our ROI for our stock portfolio. Or this is our ROI for our in-game portfolio, our Illuvium portfolio. So no revenue distribution for week 20. Fingers crossed it's going to come through later. So that's it for the numbers. Now we go to the charts. My favorite part. So gold, still at 30% allocation, still in this big uptrend. If we go back just a little bit, you see still back to October 23 to today, just still in this long uptrend. So it's still in this gold bull market. Now it did drop down here post-election. I've talked about this already. It spiked back up. I talked about that. Now it's coming back down. So we haven't seen it break this line yet, or rather I should say we haven't seen it break the trend yet. So I don't know if we're going to reduce it in the future, maybe sometime next year, who knows. At the moment, I don't see inflation going away, at the very least not anytime soon. So I don't see a reason to sell it, unless of course it breaks this trend, and then I have to make a choice where I have to reduce my position. But as of right now, gold's still in a bull market all the way back here to October 2023 to present day. So probably to the end of the year, it might stick with this. I don't know. It might bounce off this line and just go up a little bit. We'll see. But as of right now, we have no reason to sell gold. Gold's doing great. 30% position in our portfolio. So now we have our US dollar, right? Remember it came down here to this wedge pattern, broke down, then came back up. Post-election, it was strong. Where's November 5th? Right here. So it popped up right here after the election. So it popped up prior in the beginning of October, then it started to come back, and then post-election, boom, started popping up again. So people might speculate that the new administration is going to create a stronger dollar environment. I doubt that, because I know Trump has said he wants a weaker dollar for the purposes of trade, so we'll see. You know, maybe if rates will stay high or they'll get lowered, it'll come down. We'll see. Right now, dollar's on the up. It's above our green line, so it's trending positive. So we started at a 20% position. So if it stays above this green line and it continues to trend upward, I can see holding it still at 20. I don't know if I'd increase it to 25 or not. I don't think it's that strong, but we'll see where it goes from there. We have our stocks, RSP, our equal weight. Same thing. If we go back to about October 23, it's been a strong uptrend. For those who've been following for a while, I've had this at 10% position because I wasn't optimistic. And when I kind of see these like breaks like this, it looks like to me like it's getting choppy. But I increased it to 15% a little more recently, and so far it's held. Hopefully it keeps holding in this trend. Otherwise, I'd have to reduce it back down to 10%, and then like in a crash position or crash situation, I'd have to reduce the position down probably maybe to 5%, depending on how bad it could get, if it gets that bad. So as of right now, you know, we're still in this bullish trend. Not the best on these couple drops here. This was a really bad one back in August. This was like a high volatility day. I remember that. But as of right now, we're at 15%, still continuing this uptrend, still doing good. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep watching it. We have our commodities, USCI. So this has been in an uptrend since July 2022. So to almost 2.5 years. Almost 2.5 years. This has just been going up. So, and again, this is a great indicator of inflation. You know, like I think inflation is going up. I've seen statistics showing inflation going up still. It's incremental, but it's still coming up. I don't think it's going to go back to that crazy 9% CPI report we had a while ago, but I think it is going to creep up. So in the meantime, we have this at a 15% position. That's still coming up. So if for some reason inflation really takes off, like there's more government spending or printing money or something, you know, they reduce the interest rate, something like that, could see inflation continue up, and this might be increased to 20%. You know, depending on how it goes, because gold and commodities are a good inflation hedge. So as of right now, like I said, we're at 15%. Gonna see what this new administration does. Based on what I've seen, both of the administrations prior to election seemed like they wanted to stimulate the economy by spending money or something. So I don't see how inflation's going to go away just because either person wins. I think it's bad either way for us. If you hold currency, of course, because it's just going to get inflated away its value. But as of right now, it's kind of coming to its top end. So it hit it a couple times here in April. It hit it here in September 23, and going back here a couple more times. So it's getting kind of toppy. You know, it's getting near its all-time highs. Actually, it is at its all-time highs. Looks like it. Yeah, it's at its all-time high. So we'll see where it goes from here. But as of right now, we're keeping it at 15%. We have our bond ETF, which is starting to make a comeback. The inverse, of course, is the dollar starting to come down right here in this area, and then the bonds are looping back up right here. So if it goes above the green line, I might increase it. Oh, actually, I'll probably keep it at 15 because I've just been so wrong on bonds for so long. It's just such a difficult trade for me. But as of right now, it's in between our bearish and our bullish trend lines after it broke out of this this wedge pattern right here. So I want to see it get back up to this green trend if possible. And if it does, we'll see where we can go from there. But bonds have not been doing great. And of course, I keep pointing this out since the pandemic of March, April 2020. You know, it's just come down such a long way that it looked like it was bottoming around here. I don't know if that is the quote-unquote official bottom or if it's going to come down more. But at the very least, this is the lowest point in this ETF since the pandemic. So far it's been coming up. That's where you kind of see this green line. It broke it a little bit, but it looks like it's starting to come back up. So I'm just watching it, see what happens. Bonds might be a great reversal trade if there is like a crash in the economy or something, because they're so undervalued right now because they've come down so much and interest rates are so high. So who knows what's going to happen? We'll just have to keep watching. But as of right now, like I said, we have it at 15% position. Then of course, Bitcoin. So beginning of the year, we had our ETF approvals, which gave us this nice run up in the Bitcoin value. And then since March to basically September, March to September went down. I think in total it was like around 25-30%, its lowest point right around here in August. That was that big crash day in the markets. And then pre-election started coming up, and then post-election, here we go, was it November 5th right here, just boom, just started going up. So right around here is the election, just boom. All right, so Trump is Bitcoin daddy, whether you like it or not. The market loves, the crypto market loves him for some reason, right? Because he buys like fucking Trog and whatever fucking meme shit coins, I don't know. Like, people are very euphoric, so like I said, we're at 100K right now. We're at 100K. So if inflation keeps going up, you could still see Bitcoin going up because people want some alternative to holding cash, but I don't know, ultimately. We have it at a 5% position. This trend is just too vertical, too fast for me to like this is a trend I can build on. Like, this is a pretty steady trend when it's coming down here. But this isn't really a trend, this is just a sharp upswing. You know, so I don't even know where it's gonna go from here. The euphoria might last all the way up to the inauguration, maybe beyond it, who knows? But at the very least, right now, if you were holding Bitcoin, congratulations, you hit 100K. Right, big round number. People in crypto love big round numbers. Like, they always love the big round numbers. It's never like a mathematical number like 98,402 or 101,703 or something. You know, it's always 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Right? They just pull the big round numbers out of the air. Or either way, they got their big round number of $100,000. So that's the portfolio so far. Again, we're gonna update every week. Week 20, we made it to week 20. That's pretty great. I can't wait for week 52 because this will be a full year. Then we can show the full performance of this portfolio. I'm hoping I'll be anywhere in the range of 15% or higher in terms of return. Obviously, I don't want to be negative, but 50% or higher, maybe 20%, that'd be great. But I hope you all enjoyed the content. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again.